somebody like me can build a life that he enjoys and genuinely loves, then you can too. Because I need to say this clearly, because some of you have been putting yourselves on a pedestal that you haven't ever earned. I wasn't disciplined, I wasn't consistent, and I definitely wasn't gifted with self-belief and good self-esteem. I was a fuck up for so much of my life. Crime, addiction, debt, self-hatred, burnt bridges, jobs that I got sacked from, people that I disappointed. So when I tell you that I've built a life that I genuinely enjoy now, please understand this. It didn't happen because I'm special. It happened because I stopped lying to myself. And if a man like me can turn this around and live a life that he genuinely loves and inspire others, then you don't get to tell yourself that you're too far gone or you're too much of a fuck up. Because I'm not talking to the men who are at rock bottom right now. I'm talking to you if you are functioning but restless. Because I'm guessing that you show up, you pay bills, you do enough to look like you're fine from the outside looking in. But there's a quiet part of you that knows that you're underperforming on your own potential. So you consume self-improvement content, you read the books, you understand the psychology, you know that discipline, you know what discipline is supposed to look like, yet somehow the weeks and the months keep slipping by. That was never my problem. My problem was way worse, and that's why this actually matters so much, and I really want to have a lasting impact on you with this video, because I was never high potential. So let me just remove that myth. I wasn't a high potential guy who just needed guidance. I was unreliable, emotionally volatile, addicted to drugs, in debt, avoidant, and deeply ashamed of myself. I didn't just wake up excited. I woke up every day with anxious overwhelm in my chest and in my head. I didn't plan my future. I was too busy trying to escape from my present. Because the drugs weren't about fun, they were about silencing that voice in my head. Alcohol wasn't about socialising, it was about shutting the voices in my head up. And do you want to know the worst part? It wasn't even the chaos. It was actually the awareness, because I knew that I was capable of so much more, and I was still choosing less, still choosing to be less, to do less, to have less. And that will eat a man alive from the inside out, bit by bit by bit, until change has to happen. But here's the moment that I stopped pretending. There wasn't some cinematic movie-like turnaround. There was just a moment where I couldn't lie to myself or to everybody else anymore. I was in over 20 grand's worth of debt. I got sacked from job after job after job. I was committing crime, and I was paranoid about the people that I owed money to. And I was isolated from my family and my friends. And after an accidental overdose, I woke up not grateful, but disgusted. Not at life, at myself, covered in fucking drug powder and blood and sick. That was the first honest emotion that I'd had in years. And honesty is where the change can truly start. But here's the part that matters most for you, because I'm talking to you in this video. This is where you come in. Most men listening will sit there and say, well, yeah, but I'm not that bad. My life's actually decent. I've got a well-paid job. Things look okay from the outside looking in. But that's exactly the problem. Your life's not bad enough to be forced to make changes, but you're also not satisfied enough to relax and truly enjoy it. So you just hover. But I couldn't hover. My life completely collapsed. You get to hover, which is more dangerous because you're never forced to make a change, because limbo just feels like a safe, nice little place to stay. But here's why I didn't need confidence. I didn't rebuild my life by believing in myself, because I didn't trust myself at all. I actually hated myself. Every promise that I'd ever made to myself, I'd broken eventually. So why would I rely on motivation, inspiration, or mindset? Because I needed something much stronger than belief. I needed some sort of containment, some daily systems to hold me in place. And that's where I built my system. It was not a vision, it was a cage. So here's the uncomfortable truth that you're probably not comfortable hearing. The system that saved my life was not empowering at first. It felt restrictive. Rules, non-negotiables, daily actions that I had to do regardless of how I felt. Train daily, do the mental work daily, no debate. That wasn't growth. That was just damage control. And do you want to know the beautiful thing? It worked, and thank God that it did work. So here's what actually changed first. Before the confidence came, something else appeared. Self-respect. Not because I felt good, but because I kept promises to myself. Small ones, daily ones. And that rebuilt the trust between me and myself. And that trust changed absolutely everything, and I've just been building momentum ever since. But my life now, it's not a fantasy by any stretch of the imagination. So let me be clear, my life now isn't perfect, it isn't stress-free, and it definitely isn't glamorous all the time. but it is enjoyable. I wake up every day without that dreaded feeling in my chest and in my head. I train now because it's who I am. I handle my responsibilities instead of avoiding them, and I actually feel excited majority of the time. I do genuinely enjoy my life, and I can rest without guilt. And that's actually what most men really want. Not millions, not power and status, peace with momentum, a life that you can actually sit down and enjoy. And this is exactly why it should actually terrify you and excite you at the same time. Here's why this should hit you in your chest. I didn't start with discipline. I didn't start with clarity, and I didn't start with confidence. I started broken, in debt, recovering from drug and alcohol addiction. So if you're still telling yourself you just need the right moment, then you're lying. You don't need better conditions. You need fewer escape routes and chances to let yourself off and start next week. So here's why men like you will resist this. You resist structure because it exposes you. Once the rules are in place, there's no one left to blame, no mood to hide behind, no potential story to protect you from your ego. And that's actually scary for a lot of men, but it can also become freedom. It will become freedom if you lean into it. And this is exactly why I give my system away. I don't give away the free system I use in my private clients because it's clever. I give it away because without it, I wouldn't be here and living the life that I'm living now. It's changed my life and so many of my clients' lives. The link's in the description, the Become Unfuckwithable Blueprint. Go download it. It's not motivation, it's infrastructure. And if a man like me needed it to survive, a man like you needs it to stop drifting. You can comment the word blueprint and I'll send it through to you. Or like I said, you can click the link in the description and download it for free. And if you want speed and one-to-one help, book a power hour breakthrough call and we'll dismantle the exact ways that you're sabotaging yourself and holding yourself back and get you a clear path for moving forward. So I'm just speaking truth. So let me leave this with you. If someone as chaotic, as an addicted, in debt and self-destructive as I was can build a life that he actually enjoys, then you don't get to keep on telling yourself that you're stuck, because you're not stuck. You're just still choosing comfort over honesty. And deep down, you already know that. That's why you clicked on this video today in the first place. The question is whether you're ready to stop lying to yourself. So I'll see you in the next video, but don't bother clicking on the next video if you're not going to download the free blueprint that changed my life and so many of my clients' lives. Click on the website, look at all the client wins and the testimonials. Reach out to me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, drop me a message and we can start going deep. Let's fucking have it.